Peace, y'all. Happy Moon Day. I pray that everyone has enjoyed their holiday in one way or the other. You know, enjoyed your family. I send love and light out to you, to those who may be experiencing some challenges or difficulties during this time. I send love and light out to you. Hey. Relationships has been on my mind this AM. Relationships. Relationships is one of the, how's my sound, y'all? Relationships is one of those topics. Rich Rising, thank you. It's one of those topics that are important because one of the main things that impact our lives are relationships. Relationships with our loved ones, whether that be our parents or our children. Okay, great. Our mates, our partners in life. And so I think it is extremely beneficial for us to reflect upon our belief systems when it comes to our relationships, or how we approach relationships, or how they impact our lives as we grow and elevate. Because as we grow and elevate, we tend to start to think about things differently. We tend to pick up new belief systems and different things like that. But sometimes when it comes to the matter of the heart, we don't apply the principles that we find to be true to those things, because it could be some hard truths. And one thing about when it comes to relationships, there are some hard truths that we may not want to accept. So we can find that peace and love, y'all. We can find ourselves believing one thing about life, but when it comes to our children, we're not applying it. Let me give an example. We may believe that everything is always working out. You know what I mean? We are all spiritual beings having a spiritual experience as human in this human existence. Peace, family. And so everything is always working out. We are divine beings. We have our own divine path. Everything is divinely ordered. It is what it is. All is well. We can believe all of that. But when it comes to our children, we act like we ain't never even heard none of that. Huh? So, when it comes to our teenagers, when it comes to our youth, we just act like we don't know that. We start badgering them. We all attached. We let our ego get ahead of us. We want to control their lives. That's just an example. And that's what I mean by relationships. When we are relating to people. Here's the thing. We are blessed to be blessed with relationships in our lives. And I encourage you to sit with yourself and realize the purpose and the impact of the relationships in your life, how they bring you peace, power, and or joy. If they don't, bring you peace, power, or joy. And if you find that a relationship bring you peace, power, and or joy, enjoy that. We oftentimes have relationship with people, whether it be our loved ones, whether it be our partners in life, or whatever it may be. We find ourselves wanting them to be us. And then we mad. Who raised you? How you don't know that? Why would you do me like this? Okay, and listen, people are who they are. They offer what they offer. And so we give thanks for the peace, power, and or joy that they provide us, or that they spark in us. You know what I mean? But they're not required. Nothing or no one is required to do anything for you. So take it as a blessing and focus more on what they bring into your life, and stop trying to require them to bring something differently. I really see that in relationships with parents. Like, we have a false sense of what parents supposed to be in our lives. Maybe because of Disney movies or whatever, we have a false, these people are people. Our parents are people. Our children are people. Our partners in life, our mates, our husbands, our wives, they're people. They come with their own experiences. They come with their own destiny. They come with their own purpose. And give thanks when they're able to provide some level of beauty in our lives. Give thanks for that. But they're not required to do that. And so we should give thanks for what they provide and don't fret over what they don't. And I'm telling you, when you take that attitude, first of all, it puts you at peace. It puts them at peace, you know, but people may not like it because you could come off as nonchalant. You know, you could come off as if you don't care. And I'm telling you, don't care. Look up the etymology of what care means. And I'm telling you, I encourage you not to care. I encourage you to accept. That's what love is all about. Accepting and allowing things to be as they are without needing to control it or manipulate it. So, you know, with relationships for me, you know, I oftentimes decide, you know, is this a relationship that brings value into my life? Is it something in any way, shape, or form? Is it a relationship that brings value into my life? If it is, I give thanks. I allow it to be as it is. If there are things about the relationship that don't, you know, align with me, I don't require. I'm not going to project myself onto people. And I'm saying we do this a lot in relationships, especially these love relationships. We do that a lot. You supposed to be this for me, and you supposed to be that for me, and you must don't love me, and they have to do certain things to show you that they love you, and all these different type of things. If you're requiring someone to show you that they love you, that is always going to be fleeting. That will never last sustainably. Because people change, energy change. That's just what it is. And so what is best is for you to love yourself and allow and build that relationship with the Almighty so that you can always feel loved. You can always feel appreciated. You can always feel at peace and not require other people to do this for you. Okay, give thanks, y'all. Peace, peace, peace. So listen, I want to share this with you. A lot of people got introduced to the deity or the Orisha Oshun, right? They got introduced to Oshun maybe through, I don't know, maybe through, I speculate that, you know, a lot of people got introduced to Beyonce. A lot of people has become introduced to Orishas in general for whatever shape or form. I'm bringing this up for a reason, all right? A lot of people are attracted to the stories, the image of Oshun being this goddess of love, goddess of fertility, goddess of fruitfulness, goddess of all of those different type of things, right? And so they're attracted to that. But I was sharing with a sister the other day who's having some issues in her relationships and in her marriage, to be specific. And you know, she seemingly becomes relieved when her husband do certain things or say certain things. It brings her relief. And I said, you know, that's good. That's beautiful. But I want to push you and challenge you to see, why is it requiring him to say or do certain things for you to be at peace? You must be at peace in general. Because he can say or do certain things right now, and that can change. And that's why y'all have a roller coaster relationship. You have to stand in your confidence and in your love for yourself and in peace and in love and all of that within yourself. Because if you require him to do something to help you to feel at peace or to help you to feel joy or whatever it may be, it's not going to last like that. And so I started telling her about Oshun because she resonates with Oshun. I said, let me tell you a story that I heard about Oshun. One of the stories about Oshun is that she is one of the most heartbroken. This is how they introduce her. This is how they tell the story. She is one of the most heartbroken Orishas. And so anybody who knows Oshun, she carries a pot of honey around and she carries a mirror. And so this pot of honey is like overflowing, and Oshun is known to just give out this honey, you know, just freely. I'ma just pour it on you, you know, here you go. Like, here you go, here you get honey, you get honey, you get honey, you get honey. And so this honey is representation of love and fertility and fruitfulness and abundance. And sometimes we can feel like in our relationships, we are showing up that way for a person. I give this, and I'm here for you, and look what I did. I did this, I did that. I loved on you. I encouraged you. I'm always praying for you. I'm always thinking about you. I'm always doing what I need to do for you, whether that be for your mate, whether that be for your child. You may feel like you just always pouring, but it's not reciprocated. And this is the story of Oshun. At certain points, she began to feel like it's not reciprocated. She began to feel like she's not loved. She's began to feel like, you know, people are taking advantage of, and people are not reciprocating, and it's not, you know, her love is not seen, and all these different type of things. And a lot of times we feel that way. But that's because we are not loving for the sake of love. We may be a part of it is loving for the sake of love, but as soon as you begin to attach expectations or these ideas of I need it to be reciprocated or else I will feel like I'm taken advantage of, that's when you start risking feeling like, you know, having that feeling of I'm not loved, I'm not How many people do you know feel like that? How many people, you know, tell that story for a lifetime? So with Oshun, that mirror, when she begins to feel that way, she has to put that mirror up, look in that mirror, and be Oshun for herself. She has to pour that honey for herself. And it's not self like that. Because a lot of people think, okay, love on yourself, girl. Don't require nobody to love on you. No, it's not even you loving on yourself. It's you allowing the light of God, the love of God that resides in you. It's you allowing yourself to be reminded of that. So that as you are called to pour out your love, you know that you have an abundant and infinite amount of light and love within you that sustains you, that encourages you, that always provides grace for you and mercy for you and uplifts you. You have that residing within you. And so I'm going to just remind myself of that as I'm out here loving unconditionally, as I'm out here doing what God is telling me to do in my relationships and all of that. And so I don't have a requirement for you to reciprocate anything, because your level of reciprocation can never be up to par if I compare it to the love of the Almighty. You hear me? And so the true self-love, the true self-love is when you tap into that love. And so now you can live your life freely. You can love freely. Of course, intuition will tell you when you need to back up and that ain't good for you and all this kind of stuff. I'm not saying just be out here just willy-nilly now. Y'all already, I hope I don't have to say that. But I'm saying God has placed people in your life, your children, your family, all of these different type of things. And, you know, some way, shape, or form, you are connected to these people. You have love for these people. Don't let the subtle tendency to let yourself, your lower self or your ego, to hop into that experience and start that little voice that they ain't loving on me and they don't show me love, and that self-pity starts to happen and the self-loathing starts to happen and all that. That's ego. That is low. That's your lower self, and the root of it is insecurity. The root of it is insecurity. Because when you are secure within yourself, because you are tapped into an eternal type love and light, you are tapped into that infinite love and light, then it doesn't, you know, things like that don't bother you. You listen to your intuition. If it tells you to back off, if it tells you to, you know, you give thanks, Angel. You know, you listen to your intuition on that. And sometimes you have to back off, and sometimes you have to let people be, and sometimes, you know, it's okay. But you don't do it out of like putting your guard up, out of defense. You don't do it out of that. You just say, okay, let me back off, because, you know, I I want everything to be at peace. I still love the person. But let me back off. But you stay open so that when things shift and when things may change, it can come around full circle. And so you can be there. This is how relationships sustain. This is how relationships become long term. We're not having enough of these conversations, and this is why divorce rate is so high. You know, the problems between parents and children is so rampant. You know, we can't build relationships with our brothers and sisters. We can't build relationship. Like, it's tough. Because we have been conditioned to believe that there are these requirements. You hear this dialogue all the time, especially now that these dialogues about man and woman relationship is so kind of popular now, you know, and, you know, this is what a woman should do for me and this is what a man should do for me. If he ain't doing that, he's showing you he don't love you. And y'all don't even know what love is. What are we even talking about here? You don't even know what love is. Furthermore, because you don't know what love is, you haven't even established a true love for yourself. And now you're making requirements for how other people are supposed to love you. It's just, this is stuff on my head now. And I grew up in this conditioning. I got a list of things to gauge. Does he really like me? Is he doing this? Is he doing that? If he ain't doing these things, he don't really like me. It doesn't even matter if he like you or love you or not. Do you feel some level of connection with this person? Do you feel like this person brings you some level of peace, power, and or joy in your life? Okay, well, don't fret over what they got going on. I know this sounds radical. I know it sounds radical. But I was just saying to myself, I said, let me hop on live and share this. I was saying to myself, let me tell you something. When spirit lead me and connect me with somebody, I'm not concerned about what that person think. I'm not concerned about that. I'm going to show up in whatever way spirit is leading me to do. And then oftentimes it grows. I've experienced that with sisters, with brothers, with youth. I've experienced that with people. We end up being good, close friends. They end up being, you know, whatever it may be. Because the conversation, the callings that you have on your life, that's a private conversation with you and Almighty. And sometimes it involves connecting with other people. And sometimes that conversation won't have with that person at that time. But it's for you to show up. Does that make sense? Am I making sense here? Listen, I'm just saying, when we begin to evolve in life, as you evolve in life, as spirit starts to speak to you on certain things and you start to really evolve your mindsets and your belief systems and everything, and they become a little bit more, you know, spiritually adept, they become a little bit more balanced. I oftentimes encourage, when we're on our meditation calls and different things like that, look at every area of your life. You've gotten to a point where you realize a level of truth. If one part of that truth is, look, love and light resides within you and it sustains you. And so anything that God is calling you to do, you have no need to fear. You ain't got to worry about, you know, having to put your guard up and look out, be on defense and all of that. You be on offense. Be on offense. If that's one of your truths, apply that to your money, apply that to your relationships, apply that to your health, apply that to all of it. And watch how your life transforms. This is how your life transforms. Ashe? All right, let me get in this gym. I'm getting in this gym for at least an hour. Give thanks, y'all. I'm giving thanks for the word at this moment. I pray that it was some way, shape, or form impactful. And at the very least, that it sparked food for thought. I pray. You know, and at most, it fed the soul. Give thanks. I pray it fed the soul. Listen, y'all, I got a few things I want to share with you. If you're in Atlanta, I have a sound bath and vision board party going on Saturday, New Year's Eve. Okay, it's a day retreat. And so you got time to come in and get your vibes flowing, and then you could go on about your day and celebrate your New Year's Eve. Number 2, if you are interested in joining my transformational circle, hit the link in bio, hit the become a member, and check out the different memberships. That transformational circles, I have big plans for my transformational circle for 2023. And if you're looking for a transformation, if you're looking for to finally give over and finally just surrender to the reality of our life, and that is that we are divine beings, and it is our purpose in this physical experience to be a light of God. That means it is our purpose to shine. Thank you so much for the badge, sister. It is our purpose to shine. So for 2020, like I'm lit about 2023, and I am totally surrendering and pouring into my transformational circle, because these are people who have been committed. I've had people in my transformational circle for years at this point. They're committed. They have surrendered, and I'm giving thanks. And I feel that if you have in any way, shape, or form been impacted by OU Ministries and this type of things that I talk about resonate with you, you would enjoy that transformational circle. So that's called my Thrive group. Hit the link in bio and look at to become a member. But there's other memberships too, so you can check those out as well. The last thing I'm going to say is coaching, y'all. Personal coaching. I know you may feel that some things are just luxury. They're not really needed. But one of the things that I'm telling you is super duper impactful in your life is personal coaching. Okay? It is so impactful, especially with someone who you resonate with, who you connect with, who inspire you, who show love to you, who you can feel the vibration. Like, get some personal coaching. I have had a few in my life, and I've had a couple that's been consistent over a span of 10 years at this point. That has been very helpful in my life. One, for my productivity as far as like business wise, I have somewhat of a business coach. Two, I have a spiritual coach. And they're like life, it's like life changing. Every time I have a conversation with them, it shifts something in my life. Every time. It could be a brief conversation. It could be one of our transformational meetings. It could be whatever that, but it shifts. I do offer coaching. And I have seen people, come off I want to say psychosis medication, like depression medicines and anxiety medicines. I've seen people lose 50, 60, release 50, 60 pounds, transform their wellness. I've seen people's marriages. I have a few couples who are coaching with me. I've seen their marriages transform. I've seen them. Thank you for the badge, y'all. I've seen it go from a darn near divorce, and hey, if it was gonna be that, it was gonna be that, and that's where I stand. I'm just telling them that, hey, it could work. Let's just see how we can do it. I've seen their marriages transform. I've seen people go from being perceivably trapped in careers and jobs that they did not enjoy, and that spirit kept telling them they need to leave because they were getting sick and they was losing their families and all this kind of stuff. I've seen them come out of that and become full-blown entrepreneurs, successful, clearing well over 6 figures within 8 months, 8 to 9 months from just personal coaching. So we go out, and trust me, a typical session for me is $150. A package can be $400, $500, $600, whatever, however many coaching sessions, it depends. But I've seen people spend that same amount of money going out. I've seen people spend that same amount of money easy breezy in like a couple of hours. You done spent $150, $200, $300. Easy. But then somebody can say, you may want to check out personal coaching. You may want to go to therapy. You may want to, and you say, oh no, okay, it will change your life. And at that point, you'll be ready to give more than that. You'll book a session and give a love offer. You'll book a session and give a tip, because it's life changing. Every time I get off with my spiritual coach, man, listen, I pay them for the sessions, their time, and I also send love offerings often, because I see the impact in my life. When someone is in your life who can help you to shift your mindset, it's the renewal of the mind that helps change your life. And the thing about personal coaching is when you have a really good coach, ask any champion. When you have a really good coach, you can sit on the outside and say, okay, these are your strengths and da-da-da-da-da. Try this, try that, try this, try that. It can help change your life. And I really think all of this information age where, you know, people on YouTube become your personal coach. You start to follow people and that's all you're doing. And now you're just kind of picking pieces from everywhere. You don't surrender and give over to something, a vortex that feeds you. You don't surrender and give over to. You just hopping. You ain't getting this concert. You're not focusing in. It's a reason why the Bible talks about narrow path. Narrow-mindedness, one-mindedness. And so personal coaching help you to do that. You connect with a person, y'all are building a vortex. Especially somebody, now I'm not just talking about anybody. You know what I'm saying? Somebody who resonates with you. Someone who every time you talk to them, you feel uplifted. Someone, every time you listen in to them, you feel like your mind changed about something, or you thought about something differently, or you picked up a new practice, or you picked up, that's the person you need to connect with, and you need to give over to them. Just saying. I don't know, Spirit led me to say that, because you're missing out. Sometimes we feel like, well, that's enough, but just think about your wellness journey. You may know a whole lot that you're supposed to be doing. But it's not until you pay for that personal trainer or you sign up for that class or whatever that you get that impact. Anybody ever experienced that? I know I have. I could know how to lose weight. I could know how to be in caloric deficit. I could know how to lift and build muscle. I could know all of that. I know all the tea. But until you have somebody who can encourage you, who can hold you accountable, who can cheer you on, who can praise you, you may not get that huge transformation. I bore witness to that. I was able to release over 60 pounds because I had a dynamic trainer who was skilled, who held me accountable, who kept me encouraged, who inspired me for a full year. My health totally transformed. And I would do it again. I'm contemplating on doing it again just to take it to the next level. So sis says, Ashe, I'm a witness as well. Ashe. All right, so consider that. So, okay, again, this Saturday, New Year's Eve, sound bath and vision boarding day retreat is this Saturday at Oyun Botanical Gardens on the inside. Also, what else did I say? Oh, the Transformational Circle. I got big plans for the Transformational Circle this upcoming year. I'm really excited about it. Oh, it just brings me, like, I'm so excited about it. I've been getting all these downloads. Oh, we can do this and we can do that. And so we're going to go into 2023 and we're going to be we're going to really experience some powerful things. And then lastly, consider personal coaching. I currently do one-on-one sessions, one-off sessions, but you also can join the personal coaching membership where you get consistent monthly coaching and accountability. You can also, if you don't want to do the monthly, then you can also do the packages. I have the empowerment package and the transformation package. One come with 4 sessions, the other one come with 8 sessions. So you have all of those options. So check out all of those options at the link in bio. I also have a group me. If you haven't joined my group me, where I give daily inspiration. Some of y'all on here are on the group me chat. That's free of charge. You can hop on the group me if you just need daily inspiration from like-minded individuals, or you just want to connect with a community that's on a high frequency and you want to stay plugged into a high frequency. Join that group me chat room. That link is in my bio as well. I just strive to create opportunities for everyone to who feel a certain level of connection with me to be able to be inspired on a regular day basis. So I structure these things for that purpose solely. I have the Sunday meditations that's free of charge, tuning in every Sunday at 11 a.m. I have the group me app chat room where you can get daily inspiration, and my when downloads come, I put it in the group me chat. Or if you need a level of prayer or encouragement, you can throw that in there and we can all just pour love and light on you, send prayers and light your way. And then I have just different opportunities for you to tap in. A lot of them are complimentary, while the other ones, they do require you to have a level of financial commitment, but it's worth it. You know what I'm saying? Take that which you find most valuable, which a lot of times that's money for people. Invest that in the other things that's most valuable to you. And that should be your wellness. That should be your fruitfulness, your wealth. And that should be your connection with God. So take that which is most valuable to you and invest it in that which is most valuable to you, so that you can feed, it can feed each other. The currency can flow. Ashe? Ashe. All right, let me get into this gym. Peace and love, y'all. Enjoy the rest of your day. And if you Atlanta, I hope to see you on Saturday. Peace.